Hey everyone. For those of you who I know, good to see you. You look nice. And for those of you who I don't know, my name's Orlando, and I'm the president of HAL America Line. Thank you for joining us today and for being such a valued partner. So I want to start by telling you a story. A few years ago, my wife and I invited a friend to join us on one of our ships. Now this friend wasn't the cruise type. She thought cruises were too crowded, too cheesy, quite frankly, maybe a little too old. But I was like, come on, trust me, let's give this a try. So she came. 7 days in the Caribbean. She flew down from New York to Fort Lauderdale, met me and my wife on board the ship, and off we went. Now, the first thing I noticed was her face at dinner. We ate at the Pinnacle Grill, our steakhouse. I always do Pinnacle Grill on the first night. We had a few drinks. She ordered the clothesline candied bacon. I mean, it's bacon, hanging on little clothespins, glazed with maple and black pepper. It's amazing. Anyway, about midway through the meal, she looks as if she's a bit surprised. She had forgotten she was on a ship. And there was this smile on her face. It was like, oh yeah, I'm here. That night, we all got a drink. We went to B.B. King's Blues Club and even got out on the dance floor a little bit. Anyway, over the next few days, we did it all. Singing with the pianos at Billboard On Board, a Pan-Asian dinner at Tamarind, lunch in a little cafe in Old San Juan, and back on board for a stellar performance of postmodern jukebox in the grand world stage. Literally, we did everything. On the last morning of the cruise, we met for breakfast, and she had this funny way about her. She looked a little embarrassed. So I said, what happened? And I was thinking maybe something silly. Maybe she'd ate too many cookies the night before. She takes a deep breath and says, I completely thought I wouldn't enjoy this. Truly, she says this, all of this is not supposed to be for me, but it totally is. She loved cruising on HAL America Line, and she wanted more. Now, something like this happens once, maybe it's a fluke, no big deal. But the exact same thing happened again, this time with my dad. So, my dad, my parents had never cruised before I'd taken this job. And so clearly, leading one of the oldest cruise lines in the world, that's something that I wanted to have happen. So my father had no interest, even though I could get him pretty good rates. So when we were finally admitted into Cuba, my parents both had interest in seeing Cuba, and so I said, Mom, Dad, you can go, but only if you let me take you. So that was the plan. My mother, my father, my aunt, and my uncle off on board HAL America to go enjoy Cuba. And so we had a great time. Food, music, the whole thing. And you have to know a little bit about my dad. My dad is a man of few words. But on the third night, when we're sitting there at dinner, and he's really enjoying himself, he leans over and he says, you know, son, I could do this again. And so now my dad is one of the biggest HAL America Line fans there is. Every year he sends me the catalog with the pages of the various cruises that he wants to enjoy dog-eared so that he can cruise again and again and again. Now, one time might be a fluke, but 2 times, well, you start paying attention, right? What if I told you that we hear this from guests and travel advisors over and over and over again? What if I told you that the guests who are most committed to us, the ones who return year after year, cruise after cruise, they're often people who never thought they'd love cruising. You know people like this. I know those people. I mean, I never knew that I would enjoy cruising until HAL America Line. You talk to people like this all the time. They say they want to do something new, try something that they've never tried. You mention cruising and they're like, no, that's not for me. Or maybe they want to cruise, but they just aren't sure where or with who. Those are our people. The ones you want to book on today's HAL America Line. So over the next few minutes, we're going to show you why. To make sure you stay with us, we have a little surprise for you at the end. I don't want to give it all away just yet, but I might just give away a few cruises later. Because if there's anything I know, it's this. People like stories, and we're in the business of creating stories. Every cruise, every destination, every piece of music on our stages, every bite in every restaurant, it's a story. And you know what our guests do when they come home? They tell those stories to all their friends and their families. And that's not just good for us, that's really good for you. because everyone loves a good story. And once they have a few stories to tell, they'll want to come back for more. And look, if someone walks in your door or calls you up and you sell them exactly what they want, well, you have a very satisfied customer. But if you sell them something that they didn't even know that they wanted, well, then you have a client, someone who will trust your advice and follow you wherever you send them. It's easy to make customers, but let us amaze someone who walks through your door, and you'll have a client for life. So what's stopping people from taking cruises? What stands in the way? Hey, Eva, let's talk about perception, because perception is powerful. Now, it's okay, we can be honest.
Okay.
We're all friends here.
We sure are. Well, Orlando, some people think that cruises aren't real travel experiences, or that they're crowded, or that they'll be bored being stuck on a ship. And some think that we're only for old people. We love old people.
We love old people.
We're not just for old people.
Absolutely. If you look at what's out there, you can kind of get where they're coming from a little bit.
But maybe it's not a problem with cruising. Maybe they just don't have the information they need, or haven't tried the right cruise line, or they haven't tried us lately. Come on board our ships. Send your customers to us. We'll show them we're not like everyone else. So let's go point by point, and let's get this old thing out of the way up front. Age doesn't matter. We believe the important thing is attitude and having the kind of experiences that are exactly right for you, regardless of age.
Hey, look, let's be honest. A few of us, and some of you, might not necessarily be chronologically young anymore.
Speak for yourself.
Okay. But that doesn't mean our bedtime is at 9:30, am I right?
Yes, absolutely, Orlando. I don't know about you, but when I'm on our ships, I'm over at the Rolling Stone Rock Room with a full house of all ages, way into the night.
Yep. Well, while you're doing that, I'm enjoying our whiskey bar, where a little age is a really good thing.
Hey, so Danella, hi.
Hey, Eva.
Let's talk a little bit about crowds.
Definitely. All right. So we know some people don't love the idea of vacationing with 5,000 other people, right? And sure, there are those brands that prioritize squeezing so many people in as possible on board, as though more is better. You know what you say to those clients that are worried about it being crowded? Well, you tell them to try HAL America line. Tell them that we don't do lines and crowds. Send them poolside for yoga in the morning, or have them pull up a chair and people watch. We make sure there's always a deck chair available, or stretch out in our spacious staterooms and suites. Tell them to go have a drink in one of our 10 bars, or sip a perfect latte at the rail watching the glaciers go by. We do personal attention with about 1 crew member for every 2 guests. We do exclusive, personalized experiences. We do deck space with elbow room and restaurants that pulse with their own unique energy, but still have enough room to never feel crowded. So, what's next? What do we say to the travelers who might think that cruises are cheesy? Well, I have 2 words for you. EXC Talks, the newest part of our Exploration Central Destination Program, EXC for short.
For years, we've had incredible excursions. We brought the best and brightest on board. And now we have EXC Talks. These are in-depth presentations on the stories behind our incredible destinations. In other words, while other lines may have a retired professor telling you what happened 500 years ago, we have real travelers showing you what's going on now. When you come on board, you'll be introduced to a 25-time runner of the Iditarod, bush pilots in Alaska, treasure hunters in the Caribbean, and street performers in Barcelona. These are happening live today. And by 2021, we're going to roll out these new shows in every single region we travel.
And I want to tell you a story about these talks. A few weeks ago, we had a couple that were on the Oosterdam. They sat down to watch an EXC talk featuring Alaska natives telling a story of reclaiming their language after it was taken from them. A story about family and ancestry and honesty. When they arrived in Juneau, they visited the Sealaska Heritage Institute, where they were surprised to meet the grandson of one of the subjects that they had just heard about in our talk. They said the talk changed everything about how they saw Alaska, how they saw themselves, and how they saw this type of travel. EXC talks aren't just a thing you watch, they're a thing that you experience. They matter because you get off the ship and immerse yourself in the destination. You can take the dog sled ride. You can drink the rum drink. You can meet the Alaska natives. That is what an authentic travel experience is all about.
And speaking of authentic, let's get real. If someone thinks that cruises aren't an authentic way to travel, then tell them about what a single evening on board our ship is like. One evening is all we need. We'll start them with dinner at one of our 10 restaurants. And I know, look around the industry, everyone says that they have good food. But what we have is a story.
That's right, Eva, a story told by the members of our Culinary Council, leaders in the field. We are those who are dedicated to creating a food program that reflects the region of the cruise while being forward-thinking and elegant at the same time. Johnny Bohr, David Burke, Andy Matsuda, Ethan Stoll, Jacques Torres, and our council chairman and master, Chef Rudy Soderman. And today, we are announcing the newest addition to our culinary family, the incomparable Kristen Kish, Top Chef Season 10 winner. These aren't just celebrity chefs. They are thought leaders, tastemakers, and mentors who are helping us constantly evolve and grow our culinary program. While some cruise lines have one partnership with a famous chef, we are the only cruise line that has 7 renowned chefs guiding our onboard dining. Let me put it into perspective. To get this kind of amazing cuisine on a land-based vacation, you'd have to go from top restaurant to top restaurant paying thousands of dollars, right? Our Culinary Council has created the most incredible dining offering at sea. They bring their stories to our ships and in turn to your clients. Stories of family-style Italian, contemporary Asian, and even the greatest dishes that our home in the Pacific Northwest has to offer.
And after dinner, they still think we're not authentic? We'll bring them to Music Walk, where we have world-class bands delivering truly professional concerts. Send your customers to B.B. King's Blues Club. Let them hear Richie Virtu. He came up playing with Eric Clapton, Tito Puente, Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo.
No.
Absolutely,
Wow.
J-Lo. He's played Carnegie Hall, the Apollo, and now he's on Nordam. And if blues or rock isn't your client scene, then send them over to Lincoln Center Stage. Let me say that again, Lincoln Center Stage. It doesn't get any more authentic than that. Now this is Josh Cullen. You know where he went to school? Juilliard.
Amazing.
To get a master's in piano performance. You know what he's doing next? He's going to be the conductor for the national tour of the mega hit Frozen.
Wow.
Yeah. These musicians are no joke. They're pros, and they're performing for you.
And there's not a cruise line out there that puts music as upfront and center as we do. And you know why? Because music shouldn't be background noise. It should be the soundtrack to a story, our guest story.
Yes, Eva, and it shouldn't be one size fits all.
Oh, no, not
right?
at all.
Absolutely. So Lincoln Center Stage, B.B. King's Blues Club, my favorite.
Yes.
Right? Rolling Stone Rock Room, Billboard on board. Each has its own identity. Each performer has their own story, and that's important to us, and it should be important to you, because your guests and your clients aren't one size fits all. We believe in giving them a rich experience, something that feeds diverse tastes. Our guests and your clients have come to expect that, and we deliver it. So, not authentic? I don't think so.
And look, there's a cruise line out there for your clients that are happy to just lounge by the pool, but the ones that want more, that would appreciate the talents of Music Walk or going in depth with an EXC talk, or would enjoy sipping a cocktail in an inviting bar with a little bit of elbow room. I know you know what I'm talking about,
Yes.
Orlando. Send them to us. We'll take care of them for you. And speaking of in-depth, we want to show you something.
We've been bringing travelers to Alaska for more than 70 years, longer than anyone else, longer than Alaska was even a state. Talk about stories. Our 3,500 Alaska employees, many of them who are locals, wrote the book on Alaska tourism. And that's why we're proud to say, we are Alaska.
Yes. We have the largest selection of itineraries and the most cruises that include Glacier Bay National Park, the must-see for any cruise. We own our hotels. It's our own rail cars and motor coaches that provide our guests with a seamless travel experience so that they can receive consistent quality and service from ship to shore. And that's why in the past year, both Cruise Critic members and Foreign Magazine readers, both some of the most discerning cruises, voted us the #1 cruise line in Alaska.
Wow.
Right? And Porthole Cruise Magazine voted us best Alaska itineraries. And it's only going to get better. Next year, one of our newest ships, Koningsdam, ventures to Alaska for the first time, bringing a sleek and contemporary vibe to our choices up north. But look, it's easy to send a few ships up to Alaska. Alaska is amazing. And today, our clients have choices.
And here's the thing. If they're going to Alaska, the story to tell them about their dream vacation shouldn't be about the size of the water slide. It should be about the incredible depth of the experience. If they want to avoid the theme park and instead immerse themselves in nature's most majestic theme park, well, then we're their best choice. If they want to go beyond the coast to majestic Denali or to the heart of the gold rush territory in the Yukon, well, we're their only choice. And if they're looking for a family vacation on a trip where mom and dad can have some quality time while their children enjoy tailor-made programs just for them, well, you get the idea.
Definitely.
Let us feed them in our restaurants where we serve food that everyone in the family will love, no matter the age. Let them play in our new High Score game room, which just launched on the Oosterdam, along with our new activities program for all ages to have fun together. Our family suites, our family programming, our mission. It's all in the service of providing more than just a vacation of a lifetime. It's about showing our guests a world they've never seen, never thought was for them, never knew they'd like.
And it isn't just Alaska. We can show you Europe in ways that no one else can. And for one simple reason, it's in the name. We're from Europe. Our roots in Rotterdam go back to the days when ships still had sails, because they had to,
Yes.
right? Today, we show an aspect of Europe that no one else is showing. We are a cruise line with a heritage of more than 145 years that we love to share with the world. And we'll do all of that with our newest ships, New Statendam, which will be sailing in Europe next year. And in 2021, Rhindam will sail her inaugural summer in Europe. We're going beyond the tourist markets and the packaged generic experience that everyone has. Let us show your clients the real Croatia, Athens, Oslo. Oh, I'm just dreaming about it, thinking about it, right? We'll show them something spectacular and modern, not just a history lesson.
We have storytellers and filmmakers, artists, photographers, musicians, showing our guests why places matter today. Sure, see the past, walk the cobblestone streets, but we show our guests the people that are there now, making a life that echoes and rhymes with people that came from before. And I can't stress this enough. This is an experience that goes beyond the norm. Right now, today, you have clients that are interested in something deeper, something better, something more than just the basics. That is what we're giving you. Here's an example.
The most memorable experience is when we were in Istanbul. My wife and I, we have a 10-year-old son. We had our in-laws with us, and they took care of our son. The two of us ran off for the evening.
We started at a bar 360. It had a 360-degree view of Istanbul.
And everywhere you look, you could see antiquities lit up.
And so we sat up there and had some food and drinks and just were able to gaze upon the beautiful city of Istanbul all lit up.
After we had dinner at the restaurant, we went downtown and we're wandering around the streets of Istanbul, you know, very old city.
And we stumbled upon this band that was playing this really unique, wonderful music.
It fundamentally changed our music style and preferences.
It felt like a cultural immersion that was so different than anything we could have experienced back home.
When I was a child, I'd never been anywhere outside of the US. We didn't have a passport. So I've now been to 65 countries.
We've done the southern tip of South America, the Mediterranean, the Black Sea, Asia, Alaska, the Panama Canal. I mean, we've seen the world with Holland America Line.
And what about this magical place, Half Moon Cay? Look, almost everyone with the ship now owns a private island in the Caribbean. We know that. But Half Moon Cay isn't just a private island. It's that screensaver we all love come to life. It's like the set of that James Bond film, all to yourself. I'm not going to pitch you on the stuff you already know. Throw a dart in the region and you'll hit 2 miles of white sand beaches in a private resort with bars and pools. And you know what? Your clients don't need that pitch either. The ones that want to cruise the Caribbean already know what they'll find when they get there. But the ones that aren't sure, the ones who think, yeah, but what else? The ones who've been everywhere else but crave a unique experience away from the hustle and bustle and crowded ports. Well, by now, I think you know that those are our people. To them, say nature.
Everyone in the industry has their own slice of paradise, but not everyone has just lets the nature do the talking, right?
Yes.
So we have acres of trails and powdery white beaches, wildlife, swimming, hiking, and my favorite, horseback riding.
That's really fun.
Yes, and lobster for lunch. Even here in the perfect private island paradise, we know what your people value, and we're committed to making sure that you can promise them something spectacular and deliver every single time. After all, Half Moon Cay is consistently named #1 private island in the Caribbean.
So that's who we are. Today, now, out there. We are adventurous, we are exciting, and in-depth. We are Music Walk and EXC Talks, the Culinary Council, and Half Moon Cay. We are Alaska, Europe, and the world beyond. We are explorers, and bringing all of that to your clients is our mission.
And it's our mission that we really believe in. So much that we want to make believers out of all of you. Maybe change a few minds out there in terms of who we're right for. And by making sure that we can tell stories and that you can tell stories like the ones that we've just told you. Now, last year we made a big fuss about giving away 3 cruises.
Yes, we did.
And that was fun.
Yeah.
We had fun.
Yes.
You guys had fun.
We've got a big announcement.
Giving away some cruises today. For those of you who registered online, we're going to announce 3 cruise giveaway winners. 3.
3. Okay.
That's a lot.
But we decided we could do it better this year.
So what are we thinking here? 10 free cruises? 15?
No, come on. How much do you believe in our ability to change their perceptions?
Okay, 20?
Eva, come on. We're serious here.
Danella, this is getting interesting. Okay, how about 25?
Nope,
And a free t-shirt?
not even close.
Look, here's what we're going to do. We are giving away 300 cruises.
What?
100 times as many as last year.
Wow, right now?
Okay, well, some of them right now.
Okay.
And a whole lot more to come throughout the year.
Yes, and here's how this is going to go. As a thank you for sharing our story, we are giving away 30, yes, Eva, 30 Koningsdam cruises today.
I'm wiping the sweat off my forehead right now.
And here are those 30 lucky advisors joining us next spring. Now, if you miss your name, we will also post these on GoHal.com. And if today wasn't your day, keep your eyes out in the coming months for other chances to join us. We're doing big things this fall to help you tell our story and create stories of a lifetime for your clients.
So I want to thank all of you for watching. Each and every one of you is fundamental to our success, and we remain committed to yours. We hope to see many of you at one of our 2019 Partnerships Roadshows. Those are coming soon.
Yes.
You can register for a roadshow near you at gohal.com/live from HAL. Thank you for all of your support.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.